A Twitch streamer is actually suing Twitch for the whole AI debacle that happened over the past few weeks. It feels like, it feels like a few weeks at this point. It might be almost a month at this point, but they're actually suing them based on the AI training data that they have been using. Amazon specifically has been using it. And the problem with that is that they've been using it since 2024, allegedly, while the opt-in AI dataset stuff that they recently introduced is obviously recent, within the past couple weeks. They have been accused of being actually using it since 2024. That is what we're going to be talking about today. My name is the Technojelly. Thank you everyone for watching today's video. I really appreciate it. Subscribe to the channel if you enjoy these types of videos, and use code Technojelly at Poggers.shop, linked in the description. You get 10% off at checkout using my code Technojelly in the link in the description. Now let's get straight into the details. So we're being reported by the Courthouse News Service. A streamer is suing Amazon for the use of their content over the artificial intelligence program. Generative artificial intelligence program. Now, what interesting thing is that the Twitch streamer is not like a popular streamer, or like, and I guess it's hard to say what, what is popularity, but like they only have 900 followers, which, in the grand scheme of things, when it comes to streamers or the streaming world or content creation, is not a lot. And they are claiming that Twitch and Amazon used the AI models and the learning tools of that stuff on their streaming VODs and content, basically. Now, with the former Twitch terms of service, this was not in any of the policies, but when they did the AI training update thing that they did in the past couple of weeks, they changed the Twitch terms of service, and now the Twitch FAQ has a thing that allows Amazon to use previous streams, broadcast clips, chats, basically all the Twitch content for training of a model developed by Amazon for the purpose of generative or synthesized text, audio, image, or video. So basically generative AI. Obviously, they have to be a little more detailed with it, but generative AI. Now, this was not in the Twitch terms of service originally. Basically, this was not there at all. And the Twitch streamer basically is saying that they used their content as a database for this training module without their permission, because it is their content. Now, I guess that is the biggest question for this legal case. Like, is the content you make on another platform your content? For the most part, I would say yes, but a lot of the times as well, I don't know if a gray area is the right term, but it is a area of where it is not just your content, because obviously it is on their platform and they still own the platform. And if you upload on their platform or stream on their platform, it is still their platform and they can do with the stuff that they want to do, because, they're a private company. They're allowed to do that. But for instance, like on YouTube and on Twitch, actually, on most video creation websites, whether it be streaming or regular offline videos, I say offline videos, I meant not streaming live content. If you get in trouble, it is not YouTube or Twitch's fault. Like, they are completely separated from the actual content itself. So they often say it is your problem, right? If you get copyrighted claim, it's not Twitch's fault. It's not YouTube's fault. This is a you problem, because it is not their content. It's your content. So if they are using the AI to train off of VODs or whatever the previous streams, that's not theirs technically, from how I understand it, at least. Now, of course, obviously this is going to have to be decided in a court of law, and it'll be a lot more detailed in that, but like, that's what I understand of it, and that is a pure personal opinion. Because it's like, if you aren't defending people for copyright claims or any other legal stuff, why is it theirs? Why is it like Twitch's or Amazon's? It's not. Because if it was, then you'd have to defend that stuff. And you've spent basically the last 10 years constantly telling content creators, it is not our problem when it comes to legal stuff, unless Twitch somehow is directly involved. Like, unless for some reason they're suing Twitch, like the music company or whatever, But most of the time, it's just like, oh no, I'm copyright claiming this specific stream, and it's like, oh, that stream content is not ours. It is the creators. So I feel like that is a relatively decent argument. Now, obviously, things in the law and court never go the way they are. I don't know if this person is going to be funded enough, because, they have I honestly don't know who this person is. I've never watched their content. I just don't really know anything about them in terms of until this news story, basically. And I've been slowly learning about them. But like from what like they don't have Amazon amounts of money, right? So it's going to be interesting to see if anything even is able to happen for this, because honestly, like this sounds like they're just going to out money this guy. Like I don't think this guy is going to be able to, or this streamer is going to be able to do anything about this, because like they can just kind of probably just out money them, right? Because that's like going to be the biggest difference, because like whether or not this person's right or wrong doesn't really matter. What matters is, can he keep this court case going, and can it actually matter? Now, unless some lawyer actually helps him, because I'm assuming he's going to need a lawyer for this. I mean, he is suing them, so he can technically represent himself, I think. This is also a US court, obviously, so it is slightly different from what I've seen. But I mean, I've seen a bunch of US court cases, but obviously I'm not a lawyer, so I don't know the extreme specifics of it. But it does sound to me like it is in a gray area, first of all, because honestly, what he is claiming almost guaranteed happened. They 100% used streaming VODs and previous streams from 2024 till now to train on this AI, generative AI thing, right? They 100% did that. I mean, all AI companies have been doing that. They've been stealing content or training it off of content they don't technically own for years at this point. But the biggest question is, does Twitch or Amazon actually own this? Because if they do, then that means, oh man, that I don't know if that is going to be a good thing or bad thing, because that means Twitch actually or Amazon has to actually deal with other legal problems when it comes to streaming. So yeah, I don't know. I have absolutely no idea. It might just be easier, almost guaranteed actually, now that I was about to say it, it's going to be 100% easier just to settle out of court and like pay this one person off maybe, because like Amazon and Twitch are not going to want to admit to one, owning all of the content on Twitch, because that probably has terrible ratifications in the long term and in the short term, honestly, with all streaming content. If all streaming content is technically owned by Twitch and Amazon, that means all the problems that happen with it, all the bad things that happen on stream is now Amazon and Twitch's fault, which I doubt they want that to be a case. So, but then if they have to say, okay, we did do a wrong, we don't own any of this, we can't train off of it because we don't own it, it's not our data, then I feel like they're just going to pay this person, you know, once again, settle out of court so not an official decision happens. So then it's still a gray area and they can still do it. And if another person wants to try, same thing, basically. Because I feel like that's how it's going to go down. Because, like I said, both sides have a reason. The streamer has a reason to do this because, one, it could be a good payday for them, potentially, if they win, or even if they settle out of court, who knows. And if they actually get people behind them, it's a good PR thing for them. And it's also, like, honestly, I also believe what they are going for, you know? While obviously I'm not doing it myself, because I think the streamer is crazy for doing this, because obviously it's Amazon. But it is true. Like, if they use the data, I don't think they own this data, because they've always claimed they don't own it, just like YouTube. So it's going to be interesting to see. And this is going to be interesting to see because this will affect other video providing services as well. Like, obviously YouTube is the big one, but it's going to be like Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, because all their stuff is being trained off of social media. We all know that. They haven't said it outright, but we all know that it's being trained on those data sets, because no one can really claim ownership of it. So it's gonna be interesting to see if this is finally the case that says, okay, who owns this content legally? But I don't know. It's gonna be a very messy situation. But I will be keeping an eye on this if there is any public updates on this, because unfortunately I do see this going down, just the whole they're going to settle out of court and everything's going to be behind the court documents and none of the public will see it. But if there is public updates, I will keep up to it, so hopefully we'll get something. So subscribe to the channel if you'd like to see future stuff on this. I'd really appreciate it if you do. We're trying to hit 1,000 subscribers. We're really close, so close. So please hit that subscribe button, like the video if you liked it, dislike it if you dislike it. I completely understand. If you would like to support me directly, I have a Patreon at patreon.com/thetechnojelly. You get access to a once a month live stream, as well as being put in the credits going across your screen right now. So please go to the Patreon and join that membership. I'd really appreciate it. Or you can use code TechnoJelly at poggers.shop, linked in the description. You get 10% off of any of their products, whether it be the energy drink, hydration drink, or sleep aid mixes, as well as their shaker cups. They also recently had a summer restock of some of their flavors, so please go over to poggers.shop, linked in the description, and use code TechnoJelly at checkout for 10% off. If you'd like to follow me on other platforms, I have a Twitch, Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, Blue Sky, and Threads, all at the TechnoJelly. Thank you everyone for watching. Click or tap my face for more videos, and I'll see you in those videos. Goodbye, everyone.